Tibbetts, President and COO of LittleThings, excited to join you today and talk about what we've been doing in succeeding in growing an audience to 55 million, all through quality, engaged, positive, and meaningful content.
How has the rise of social media impacted the way your content is discovered?
So I love this question. For LittleThings, we've really built the company on a distributed platform strategy. And when we made that decision a year and a half ago, it was a somewhat novel concept. And today you hear more and more brands and publishers talking about distributed platforms. For us, we made the decision to bring our content and our sensibility to where the audience is. And today, that's primarily Facebook. We're in many other outlets as well, but our primary front door is Facebook. And we look at that really as 4 different platforms: the traditional news feed, Facebook native videos, instant articles, and most recently, Facebook Live. So what we've found is these social platforms bring a great opportunity for content creators, publishers, brands to reach the audience where they're consuming content.
So we've seen native advertising grow dramatically over the last few years. How do you see this progressing, and what is your approach for the future? Native.
Yeah, happy to talk about native. We've only been in the native advertising business for 6 months, but to put context on that, we're only a 2-year-old company. So we feel very strongly, and this harkens back to I sort of dislike admitting it at this point, but my over 25 years of experience in media, and whether you call it a soap opera or an advertorial or today's world of branded content, it's about talking to your audience in an authentic tone for your brand, being transparent for sponsors and other brands that you've brought into it, and still delivering quality content. So we're very committed as we enter this space. The production by our core editorial team, so we make sure we retain the LittleThings voice and sensibility. But if we're doing a baking series, there are many products that our chefs are going to be using anyway, so why not highlight those? When we're talking about some wonderful mini documentaries that we produce that are featuring people that are really making a difference in the world. There are many brands that have programs associated with supporting people making a difference in their community. It's very authentic to integrate those brands into the storytelling, and that's how we approach branded and sponsored content.
How crucial is it for content producers to develop a mobile-first culture?
It's kind of a funny question for us here at LittleThings because we started as a mobile video producer, and that's the world, that's the business that we're in, is creating content. 75% of the articles we publish have a video component, and over 85% are consumed on either a phone or a tablet. So the business that we're in has always been mobile video. I do know for many other more traditional publishers, that's been a real challenge and a transition for them. And some are doing a great job and some are still working through it. We've built a content team of 50 people that are experts. Not every single one of them is a video producer, but that aspect is something that's a part of their creative process.
How are you monetizing your content, and why have you pursued this strategy?
So we're monetize like most other publishers these days through advertising. The foundation of this company is on programmatic, so you'll see that our pre-roll, our banner ads are primarily programmatic, and we look at the branded and sponsored content as coming on top of that and working with that foundation. And we've also been extremely focused on the user experience, so you'll find that our site is slightly more ad light. Our pre-roll is either 15-second or it has a skip button. So our strategy has been a long view in that we want first and foremost our audience to engage with the content with the feeling that if she comes back multiple times a day, every day, and shares it with her friends, that will lead to greater monetization in the long run.
Last question, you hit on this, but as the line continues to blur between content production and distribution, can you talk a little bit about the distributed platform model that LittleThings is doing?
Sure. So as I mentioned earlier, we are very focused on not only having a great experience on LittleThings.com, but also bringing our content to the audience wherever she may be. So we have numerous syndication partners who look for good news, positive storytelling, DIY and food content so they will take our content and put it on their platforms. We also have a very significant presence on both Facebook and Pinterest. And so we're very focused on bringing that content where the audience is.